So after watching the craziness that was The Good Liar, I went and saw Charlie's Angels. Kind of a letdown, or kind of like a step down a little bit, but not that big of a step down. But yeah, Charlie's Angels, the new big blockbuster of the week. That's a joke if you don't get what I'm saying. Obviously, this movie's a big ass flop, and I'll get in that more in later on in the review. But this was a movie that it's like one of those. I saw a trailer for this, like I was like, oh, so we're rebooting Charlie's Angels for a third fucking time. Okay, whatever. It's starring Kristen Stewart. All right. And I'm not one of those people that I know a lot of people that this is not just like a thing that I'm the only person, but I'm not the only person. But there's a lot of people out there that go, when they see Kristen Stewart, they go, oh god, that's a chick from Twilight. Fuck that shit. To be fair, I have seen her in a lot of good things ever since then, and she has said over the years she fucking hates those movies. Same with Robert Pattinson, and God bless her. Like, she's kind of like, look, it was a paycheck, man. And she's gone on to do really good things. So has Robert Pattinson. Like, he's proven to be a great actor, too. So, more power to both of them, man. So, but anyways, yeah, like, I was just like, whatever, they're doing a Charlie's Angels movie because why not? There's a lot of female empowerment movies out there. This is the new one that's coming out this month, even though we've got stuff like Terminator, and that was such a big hit too. But yeah, I was like, and then also I saw it was being directed by Elizabeth Banks, who I love. I really like Elizabeth Banks as a actor a lot, and I think she's very fucking funny, and pretty good actress when she's given a chance. So I was like, all right, let's see what she does as far as a director. And also Naomi Scott was one of the other girls. The girl who played Jasmine in Aladdin. And, yeah, it was alright. That's basically all I can say about it. It was alright. It's nothing I'm gonna fucking remember probably within a week's time or maybe a month's time. Like, it'll be one of those movies you go, oh yeah, I did see that. It probably will. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's just mediocre. I think this is the best way to describe it. Like, really, did anybody really need a Charlie's Angels reboot? Even though this isn't really a reboot, take that back. It's not even really I guess technically, from the term reboot, it is a reboot, but this isn't the same universe as like the original TV show and the 2000 movies, even though they just fucking forget about that short-lived TV show from the 2000s. Remember that shit? So yeah, it's like a continuity in the same continuity, even though like even although the original Angels, who was a Kate, fuck, I forgot what her name is. It does make a cameo, and that's about the only one who does make a cameo. No Cameron Diaz or Lucy Liu or Drew Barrymore or anything like that. Even though I heard Drew Barrymore did executive produce this movie. Like, I thought the three girls were fine. Like, Kristen Stewart, God bless her. I don't see her much in. I don't get to see a lot of her indie movies, and like this is one of the few movies I have get to see her in. But she is one of those like, oh, I'm goofy and weird, kind of characters that you get in every one of these fucking movies. And you go, oh, I'm wacky, and it's like, it was so fucking obnoxious. And like, part of me is like, oh god, this is her character, huh? Fuck. I was like, part of me was like, man, fuckity, fuck. But it didn't bug me as much. Naomi Scott is the other big character. That one of the other ones. She is that typical new girl that kind of gets involved in this by accident. Like, it's almost like Will Smith's character in Men in Black, where she's like, ooh, what's this? Oh, you guys are spies? Ooh, what's that? So like, why are they shooting at me? Like, one of those fucking intriguing characters that you've seen a million times before. And like I said, best way to describe is like the new recruit, and like something like Will Smith in the original Men in Black is probably the best thing I can come up with. She's fine. Like I said, she's fine. Like, even though it's a character that we've seen a million times before in these kinds of movies. Um, then you got the other girl. I don't know what the black girl. I forget her fucking name. Is she the girl who's about to play Catwoman? I think that's. If so, I remember they made a Catwoman joke in here. Called her Catwoman. I think that was why they made the joke. Let me look it up real quick. I was like, I'm pretty certain that's why. I was like, did they make that joke just because she was just casted as Catwoman? Not probably a lot of people know about that, other than me. I was probably the only one who got that joke. I know, fucking, who was it? I'm surprised they didn't call, like, Jasmine or something like that, Power Ranger to Naomi Scott. What was her name? No, she isn't. Then why the fuck did they make that joke then? Alright, then I thought, okay, whatever. So, why did they make that joke then? I don't know. I was like, I remember then they just cast a black actress as Catwoman, and who the fuck did they cast? I don't know. Anyways, I was like, why did they make that joke? But she's like the semi-6 character who's really good at science. That's about her character. That's pretty much all. There are not much characters in this fucking movie. They're just there. They all have the characteristics you see a lot in these fucking kinds of movies. They're not really nothing special. Patrick Stewart's in this very briefly, like to the point that he's in the beginning of this movie, and like a lot of the scenes that you see in the trailers where he's about to retire. Like when you meet him at the beginning of the movie, he's retiring as Bosley, to the point like they even have a retirement party for him, stuff like that. And I'm sitting there like, all right, so why the fuck did you get Patrick Stewart, of all people, to do this movie if he's just going to be in this movie? Because we're like less than 5 minutes. I'm like, that's fucking weird. I'm like, that should have been a red flag to me. Not really spoiling much, but because he does pop up later in this movie. But I was like, that's really weird. Why the fuck would you get Pat? I was like, he was. To which I started questioning, like, was he in the other movies and I just don't remember? I'm like, no, I looked it up, like, no, he wasn't. I'm like, oh, so why the fuck is he in this movie? I was like, he could have been. I thought when I first saw him in the trailer, I thought he was Charlie, but no, he's Bosley. So is Elizabeth Banks, and that's like just fucking ranking. So yeah, that is a ranking that they have, that all these characters have. They're just called Bosley. They're not just like one person that plays Bosley. It's different people. Who's that? Digimon Hansu? I know if I probably just butchered his name. That black actor who plays Bosley in this one too. Another really talented big name actor is in this movie for like literally 5 minutes and then dies. Spoiler alert, he dies like within the first 20 minutes. So it's like one of those, why the fuck did you have him in this movie? I don't know. Fuck it. It's like, at this point, it's like, well, there you go. You have Patrick Stewart, who does pop up later in the movie, so I'll give him that. So at least they didn't have him just... He has a bigger part in the last half of this movie, so I can't say, like, that was a really easy paycheck. But, man, I was like, damn, man, like, they wasted a lot of these talents, but like I said, Patrick Stewart does, and Elizabeth Banks is the main Bosley that you see more in this movie than anything. She's the one, it's a female empowerment, all girl power movie, you know. So I mean, they gotta follow that formula. But this movie, it's just your generic action movie that you've seen a million times before. It's nothing fucking special. It's not really much to talk about. Like, it's just generic. It's seen a million movies like this before. As soon as I saw the villain, or as soon as I met the villain the character who plays the villain, I automatically went, he's the villain. He's the villain. He's the villain. Hey, guess what? He's the villain. Oh wow, I didn't guess that. But they do throw a twist in there. I'm like, I didn't guess because that really didn't make much sense. The guy who I thought was the main villain, villain in this movie, was actually just a sidekick character. honestly, to who really the main villain is. And when you find out who the main villain is, it's really, I'm still not sure why the fuck he wanted to, I guess, just take over the world or wipe out half the planet or whatever generic bad villain plot there is in any action movie. This is also, man, I hate to be one of these people that criticize these movies, but I hear this all the time with, like, whenever you get, like, this all-female cast in, like, an action movie or any movie like these, where a lot of guys that are, like, a lot of Republicans or conservatives say this all the time, oh, they really do a bad job representing male characters. Well, I hate to be that kind of guy, but they kind of do that in this movie. Because I hate to be an asshole to say this, but almost every major character in this fucking that is a male in this movie is a bad guy or dies or is a sleazeball. So what the fuck? Like, I hate to be an asshole or kind of dumb. Oh, there was the one scientist that the black girl falls in love with, but yeah, that's about it. Almost every other fucking male character is just kind of a sleazeball, a villain, or just dead, like the Djimon Hounsou. So what the fuck? Like, I hate to be an asshole, but what the fuck? Like, I don't want to be that asshole, but I thought about that as I was walking out of the theater. I'm like, that's fucking weird. Like, that's not going to really help the conservative assholes that, like, love to bitch about these kinds of movies. That's just going to add fuel to their fire. Like, why did you do that? I need to be that asshole. Man, I don't want to be that asshole. Now, speaking of being an asshole, I want to also address something else. So, as like I said in the beginning of this movie, or the beginning of this review, it's obviously this movie hasn't done very well at the box office. And that has happened a lot with a lot of movies lately. Like, Dr. Sleep didn't do well, Terminator didn't do well. Pretty much nothing is doing well, unless you're owned by Disney. Or, I don't know. Pretty much if you're not owned by Disney, you're not going to do well. I don't even know if fucking Frozen 2 or Star Wars are going to do well. I guarantee you, I'm going to venture to bet Star Wars might not really do well because of The Last Jedi, but I'm wondering if even Frozen 2, there might not be as many people of that. And I hate to say it, but they're expecting a big weekend this weekend, but fuck, I don't know. Anyway, so, I heard that Elizabeth Banks, who I love, I really do love her as an actress and stuff like that. I don't want to say anything bad about her, but I saw her say in an interview, when asked about this movie being a bomb, she said, well, it's because men are being sexist assholes and not going to see this movie, basically. And I'm sitting there like, really? That's a good way to fucking market your movie and bring in more men by just fucking deciding to blame them for your movie being a big box office bomb. That's going to sure help bring more people in. That's a fucking great marketing campaign. So, she isn't the only director who's ever done this, like, where their movie's a bomb and they decide to blame it on a certain thing that is really fucking stupid. And this is pretty fucking stupid. I hate to tell you this, but I have a couple theories of why this movie was a bomb. One, this is probably the most obvious, and probably I'm probably not the only one who said this, but who cares about Charlie's Angels in 2019? Who cares? And then she also was talking about how Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel are male genre movies. Male genre movies that are just there to help build up other movies. Listen, I've seen both movies, and I remember especially when Wonder Woman came out, there were fucking women crying. I swear to God this happened. like when this movie was coming out, like they were just like, yes, we're finally gonna get represented. We're gonna get represented. And now these same people are like her. She was probably one of those people turning around and bitching about how now this is a jail male genre. Fuck you. Like, just, I don't know. And like, I don't even want to get in this argument because it's so fucking stupid. Like, I'm also getting tired of, like, I'm all for female empowerment. Trust me. I know I'm a male. I'm the wrong person to talk about this, probably what people say, but I'm getting tired. One of the thing I'm getting tired with is them movies forcing a female empowerment story into a movie that didn't need it in the fucking first place. This one, you could say, well, that was just going to happen regardless. This one I'll give a pass. But stuff like Terminator, that movie series already had a iconic female character, action character, and fucking Sarah Connor. It didn't need more. You had a character, and guess what? The other two female characters that were in the new Terminator were less interesting than Sarah fucking Connor. If you would have made the movie about Sarah Connor, it would have been good. But then you add these two uninteresting characters that are just feminist stereotypes of characters I've ever fucking seen them. With some really ham-fisted dialogue in there that puts these female empowerment messages in there just to make me go. Like, another good example is like fucking Avengers Endgame, where all this female Avengers like, oh, we'll take care of this. I'm like, oh, fuck you. When the hell these guys ever join it? What the hell? Like, somebody said, who the fuck is Mantis gonna do against Thanos? Fuck you. I was like, yeah, I know, right? But like, they force this shit into. I hate that. I'm all for like having a positive female message in movies, but don't force it in a movie. It's gotta happen gradually. Hollywood's forcing that shit. It's pissing me off. Like, I am getting tired of it. I understand. And that's one of the reasons why there is a backlash, I think. People are getting tired of it and are seeing right for the bullshit. I'm just saying, man. So, yeah, whatever. Yeah, just own up to your movies was just mediocre and no one really gave a shit about it. Don't blame it on men for not seeing it. I saw it, so fuck you. That's all I'm gonna say. I like Elizabeth Banks. I do. I want to say that again. I like Elizabeth Banks. This doesn't change my mind on it, but when I read that, I was like, fuck you. Anyways, trailers. I only got one new trailer, and that's Fantasy Island. So they now have made a horror movie version of Fantasy Island. Okie dokie. That's pretty much when I heard that a few months ago they were making one, and then I got this trailer. I pretty much had the exact same reaction like that said was okie dokie. Fine. We'll see what the hell happens with this. It's, a bunch of people go on this island and all their fantasies come true, but they have some weird repercussions to those fantasies becoming true, and yeah. Michael Pena is the guy who runs the island. And of course they had to force in the line where a character goes, "Hey boss, the plane! I hated that. That was such a really forced, like, oh fuck you. That sort of even more forced than the actual movie. And there's no midgets. Didn't he have like a midget assistant or something like that? I didn't watch the show much at all. It was before my time, but yeah. Yeah, whatever. It looks alright. Like I said, I'll be back maybe tomorrow or this weekend with Ford v Ferrari. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.